The Motor City Singer Space is a themed singer showcase and vocal jam session designed to create community and provide a cathartic outlet for vocalists in southeastern Michigan. Our mission is to use the gift of music as a vehicle to destigmatize the conversations of mental health within the arts and African American communities. To reach this goal, we produce highly interactive themed musical events to inspire our audiences to build camaraderie, invigorate creativity, and grow more comfortable in taking inventory of their own mental health. Hi, I'm Ben Will, the producer, curator, and host of the Motor City Singer Space. The story is that in 2011, I was depressed. While trying to find stability as a creative worker within the entertainment industry, I fell apart. You experience countless rejection, and not just a no, but there were multiple situations where the rejection was very harsh. So not only was I being told, we don't want you, but also, we don't want you because you're too fat, you're too effeminate, you're too short, we just don't like your personality. And so in the midst of desperately wanting to be chosen, I tried to mold myself into being more of what people liked. I wanted to book, because this is what I had trained to do. And in the industry, if they don't pick you and they don't like you, then you don't eat. But amongst trying to change this and that about myself, I lost a fundamental part of who I was. And when you lose sight of who you are, that, I've learned, is a mental health crisis. And so I spiraled downhill. I grew anxious, my depression grew. I tried to take my life. Fortunately, I was unsuccessful in my attempt. And on the other side, I had a lot of support, a lot of family and friends and clergy and health professionals to help me put the pieces back together. I learned a lot about the ways that I could change my thought patterns to do more internal work so I don't feel hopeless. I had to reinvest my self-worth and remind myself of my truth so that when things come to tear me down in life, that I don't ever again lose sight of who I am. And so I established this event series to share that same reminder with the two communities that I identify with most. My fellow artists and creatives who are in the world constantly putting themselves in emotionally vulnerable places for the sake of creating something that can potentially be harshly rejected by people who care very little about who they are. And then specifically for my African American brothers and sisters. Because in our nation's current social climate, we are constantly being reminded of the marginalization and injustice of this country, as well as the negative assumptions people have about us due to the color of our skin. We need a safe space to decompress and release. So while we do target those two demographics, we are also very inviting and encourage anyone who may be interested to come out and attend the events of our series. Those are even amongst our two taglines. We jam with purpose, and all are welcome. So now, the Motor City Singer Space has become a musical celebration of self-care, where vocalists of all levels are able to sign up to perform within the event's theme. We also have fun singing challenges where we pass the mic throughout the audience. We have interactive trivia segments and dance battles to engage our non-singing patrons as well. But most importantly is that in the middle of every show, we have our mental health moment, where we partner with community organizations and mental health professionals to creatively and without judgment provide resources to our audiences. That moment is different in every event. It may be a moment of meditation, an affirmation activity, a Q&A with a therapist. We work to share a variety of resources and practices to help our audiences find what works for them, because everyone's mental health journey is different. But that, in my opinion, is the most important part of the show. We use the music and the lights and the games and the jokes to create a comfortable space for us as a community to have a very serious conversation about mental health. That's what all of my efforts are for. I don't want anyone to feel as if ending their life is the solution to the problem. So I hope that these events serve as a ray of hope, or maybe even as like the Ben Will bat signal to remind my community that they deserve to be here and there is help available so you can navigate through all of this. So that's who we are, the Motor City Singer Space.